Hi there, it's Dr. Chris Sovey with Healthy Consumer Physical Therapy, and today we're going to talk about 4 things that you can do to help a stiff neck, especially if you've been working from home on a computer more than usual. So, the first thing I want to say is if you're the kind of person that wants to learn how to be happier, healthier, more mobile, and strong, I highly encourage you to subscribe to our channel and hit the little notification bell so we can go on this health journey together. First off, if you have a deflated ball of some kind, something similar to this that's soft, this is really great to help some of those stiff segments through your neck and to help you get moving without, when you're sitting. One of the things I don't like about some of the traditional like neck rolls and things is you have gravity pushing down on you. So when the gravity is compressing your spine, there's some areas in your neck that might not feel so good. So one of the things that we can do is lie down. So you can take a ball and then you can lie on your back. You can even do this on your bed. And then when you're on your back, you can just place the ball right on the back of the head and try and center it as much as possible. Now you notice that it's not so inflated that you're like this or you're anything like that. We want to be relatively neutral. And then from this position, I like to start with some nods. And these motions are going to help you work through different parts of your neck that might be stiff. So I usually start with about 10 nods. And so we're saying yes, and then we're saying no. Now when you go through these motions, none of these should be painful. They might be stiff, you shouldn't get dizzy, you shouldn't have anything going down your arm. If that's the case, then you should stop right away or make the range of motion smaller and see if it improves. So we do our yeses, we do our nos, and then we go into circles. Like we're on a clock face here, trying to hit every number on the clock face. And then we reverse, and we go the other way. It feels very different than doing these same motions when you're seated because you have, again, we've taken gravity out of the picture through the spine. So this is usually a lot more comfortable for people that have stiff necks. Second up is if you're just seated at your desk, one of the best things you can do to counter some of that forward head posture is to work on your chin retraction. So we start with a tall spine, we lift the chest bone, and then I usually take the letter L and I put it right at the bottom of my chin and on my chest. And then we're just going to pull away from the index finger. So we're going to pull back, pulling chin back, holding for a couple seconds, not aggressively, just enough to get you out of this posture from being on a screen. My third favorite exercise is called threading the needle. And one of the reasons that we're doing this is because the thoracic spine, your mid-back, the better that moves, the more pressure it's going to take off your neck, since this is all a closed system. So we're going to start hands and knees, and then we're going to look up and under, looking at the hand. And then as we come up and across, we're still looking up at the hand there. And then we follow it through again. So looking on the other side, closer to the camera. We're looking up and through. We want to try not to shift our hips with you. We want to keep everything nice and solid, like you're inside a little tube there. And then we breathe. Just like that. Now I'm limited a little bit by this bar here, so that's as far as I can go right now. But that's the idea, that we're trying to, again, get the mid-back to move a little better to take some pressure off the neck. Similarly, and I know I've shown this one on my channel before, is a sideline shoulder circle. And this is great because it helps open up that whole front line that's tight, also helps get your spine moving better and your neck moving better. So I think this is really a great bang for your buck here. I like to start, if you haven't done a lot of moving, with just, I call it opening the book. We're sending out energy through the fingertips. Our abs are in. Very important that our legs are coming up into almost that fetal position. We don't want to be down here because then it goes more into the low back. So we want to scoop our legs up, and then we want to have our hands stacked. And then from that position, we're just starting with opening the book. So we're reaching out through the fingertips, and then I'm always looking back at the hand. I'm not leading from my shoulder. We don't want this kind of position with our shoulder, right? We want it to be in the socket. So when we come back, we're going to start again, and we breathe. And then just breathe out. And I'm leading from my chest bone. After you've done a few of those, then again we go back to the idea of the clock face, and then our gaze is following the hand through the whole range of motion. Some people might not be able to do this if you have shoulder issues, but you could always shorten it and go more into the chicken wing here and just do the opening the book version here. And then eventually you could, as your shoulder improves, then you'd probably be able to go into the full circle, like so. You can go both directions, and I usually recommend about doing 6 per direction. And then you would do the exact same thing on the other side. That's it for today's lesson, but again, if you're the kind of person that wants to be happier, healthier, more mobile and strong, I highly encourage you to subscribe to our channel and hit the little notification bell so you can have many more lessons just like this, and we can go work together on your health journey.